Hello, this is Talon, and we're going to be working on adding radicals. So let's begin. I'm going to start with the square root of 8, which was a value used in a previous video, and we're going to add that to the square root of 2. So let's reiterate what the square root of 8 is. First of all, we got to get the factors of 8. There's 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. And 4 is a perfect square, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the largest perfect square. So in this case, the square root of 8 is going to be the square root of 4 times the square root of 2, and we're going to add that to the square root of 2. Well, the square root of 4 is the square root of 2. Excuse me, square root of 4 is 2, a positive or a negative version of it. And this square root of 2 is tacked on to it because it's part of the square root of 4. Okay? And then we're adding that to the square root of 2. Now, we have two versions of our answer then. We have the 2 square roots of 2 plus square root of 2. And that's going to equal 3 square roots of 2 because there is an understood value of 1 for a coefficient, because 1 times anything does not change its value. So we're going to have 2 of these plus 1 of those is going to equal 3. Now, the other version of this is the negative version. So we have a negative 2 square roots of 2 plus 1 square root of 2. So this is a negative 2 plus 1. That's the same as saying 1 minus 2 of the square root of 2. So that's going to give us a negative square roots of 2. And these are our two answers. Let's do another one. We have the square root of 48, which is a value that was also used earlier. So let's just reiterate on this. So the factors of 48, we had 1 and 48, 2 and 24, 3 and 16, 4 and 12, and 6 and 8. 4 is a perfect square and 16 is a perfect square. We're looking for the biggest one, the one of greater value, so that's going to be 16. So that means we have the square root of 16 times the square root of 3, and we're adding that to the square root of 3. Square root of 16 is a positive or negative 4 times the square root of 3, and we're adding the square root of 3 to that. So a 4 square roots of 3 added to 1 square root of 3, 4 plus 1 equals 5. That gives us 5 square roots of 3. That is one answer. The other answer is we have a negative 4 square roots of 3 added to a positive square roots of 3. So this means basically 1 square root of 3 minus 4 square roots of 3. 1 minus 4 is a negative 3, so that's going to give us a negative 3 square roots of 3. This is our other answer. And let's do just one more. We got the square root of 50 and square root of 72. Oh, that is evil. Am I evil? Okay, so let's start with the square root of 50. We have 1 times 50, 2 times 25. And we have 5 times 10. And that's going to be it. 25 is a perfect square, so we're going to go with that one. So we're going to have square root of 25 times the square root of 2. And let's figure out 72. Well, we have 1 times 72, 2 times 36, 3 times 24, 4 times 18. 5 is not going to give us a whole number. We have 6 times 12, and 8 times 9. Well, of the perfect squares, we have 9, we have 4, and we have 36. So we're going to go with 36. So the square root of 72 is going to be the square root of 36 times the square root of 2. Alrighty, so square root of 25 is going to be a positive or negative 5 times square root of 2. And square root of 36 is a positive or negative 6 square roots of 2. Now this is where it's going to get fun, because we can have 4 possible answers on this. Okay, we can have 4 possible answers. So we can have positive 5 and positive 6 makes positive 11. We could have negative 5 and negative 6 makes negative 11. And these are times the square root of 2. I can have a positive 5 and negative 6 is going to be a negative square root of 2. And I can have a negative 5 and positive 6 to be a positive square root of 2. 4 possible answers. This has been Tal with Old Guy Stuff. I hope this helps people with their addition of radicals. Have a safe, happy, peaceful, wonderful day, and goodbye.